Hi, my name's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be trying some new makeup and also be using some tried and true makeup along with it. So please like and subscribe and let's get started. So first, I have already done my primer and it's probably been on my face about 10 minutes or so. And now I'm going to start with complexion. I'm going to do a little bit of my complexion differently today. It's going to be an easy day, so nothing crazy. But of course, I'm always going to use a color corrector. This is the LA Girl Peach color corrector for my under eyes, like always. I'm just going to use a brush and dab that in. So I love trying new makeup, but I do not really like when it's a whole face of new makeup, just because sometimes you don't know if it's the actual product you're using that's not looking great, or was it the product that you used before. I like to use stuff that I've already know works great on my skin and then introduce at least about one or so new products. Because if I add too many new products and I don't know if it's something like not looking great or getting patchy or whatever, what it is. So that's why I only like to use about 3 to 4 new products at a time. So I kind of like to break all my videos up. And plus, I mean, we don't need to always be buying new products. I do get a lot of stuff on sale, or even at TJ Maxx. I know that's iffy, but I'm very careful with doing that. So I try to do my best to use what I have, but I mean, like everyone else, it's fun to get new makeup. But I'm going to use my e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I've been having this for a while. My cap's even broken. And then this is in the color Shade 2 Fair Light. So I'm just going to add, this is pretty much going to be my base today. I just want a nice, glowy, healthy skin. The day I'm filming this is the Super Bowl. I'm not really going to watch it, but it will be on the TV for my husband and son. They'll watch it. I think it starts around 3 here in Seattle. West Coast time. I'll be editing videos, trying to get reels together, trying to come up with new ideas for videos. Of course, regular laundry, cleaning, all that other fun stuff. And if you ever have any ideas for a video, want me to try or look at or whatever, just leave it down in the comment below. I'm continuously checking my comments. I know I don't have a lot, but I do love to respond, because you know what? When I comment on people I love's video and they respond back, I love it. I mean, sometimes it's just nice to feel heard or just acknowledged. And I know usually the people I follow are pretty big also, so if they take the time out, I know I'm nowhere near big at all. I'm very tiny. I am the most newbie. But when people take the time out, it just, you know, it's really nice. So I do take the time. I try to answer comments the day of or the next day or on my lunch break at work. But yeah, so if you want to leave anything at all, any questions or any ideas, feel free, put it down there. I love to hear from you. So the next thing I'm going to add today, I am going to try out, and I know this has been out for a bit, but I haven't tried it yet. It is the e.l.f. Bronze and Contour Palette product in the shade also Fair Light. I have my bronzing palette right beside me, so that's why I grabbed the word palette. Now, I have already used this a little bit. I don't like to try things for the first time on camera. I'd like to kind of try it, give it a wear test, and kind of see how it is before I really put it on camera, so I can give you some more information about it. I really like this product. This is a great product, and to me, it's not too bronzy, it's not too contoury. So I think the name of the product is pretty much spot on for my skin tone. It gives a nice bronze look, but it's not too warm. It's pretty pigmented, but it's also very easy to blend in. And of course I'm using e.l.f. over e.l.f., so of course it should work well. But I have used this on all my other foundations, and I haven't had any problem with it at all. Of course, when I'm applying it, I apply it and then I tap it in. I'm not swiping it in really, except when I get towards my ears, I kind of swipe it because I don't have any foundation there. But yeah, I think it looks really pretty, really natural, nothing crazy. But yeah, I think it's a really good product, and I'm very glad I picked it up. I try to like hold off of buying too many liquids because, you know, liquids will expire faster than powders. Creams will also expire faster than powders. So I have a couple liquids open. I have this one, of course this is new. Then my Danessa Myrix in Nectar. And this one I find is cooler and it has a little bit of a glow to it. The Rimmel, love this. This is my second one. This is in light. And then another Danessa Myrix in the, I always forget the name of this product, but it's in the shade light. But it's just a cream like contour. Those are the only ones I have open, and I don't need to open anymore. I try to keep it kind of packed down because if I open up too much, then it becomes wasteful. Because you can't really use it all. It will be hard for me to use all of that. But alrighty. So I love how everything's blended in. Now the next thing I'm going to do is blush. And this is actually another new product. So this is from Give Beauty. This is Gwen Stefani's line in the color Hibiscus. I see that it's leaving Sephora. I have not checked her website to see if it's shutting down or is it just getting pulled out of Sephora and it still could be purchased online. But I've used this blush a couple times. I really like it. I even put it on top of powder once. Some of the areas on top of powder got iffy because this is more of a gel type of blush, which I love and it's beautiful. And then when I remembered to put it on before powder, it did great. So I'm just going to add some here, and I'm going to kind of do the boyfriend blush look today. I did do a reel on it on my Instagram, Lindsay in Makeup, about the boyfriend blush look. And sometimes it's just nice to try something different. I mean, it's just makeup. If you don't like it, you can wash it off. I know I've washed off an eyeshadow look or whatever many times, and sometimes I can make it work. I know the other day I literally had to wash off my eye makeup like twice. It was just looking bad, and then I just did not have time to try to really fix it and put in time to fixing it. So I just washed it off and then put blush and bronzer in my crease and a sparkle on the eye, and that's like was my go-to. But this blended in really nicely. Nothing crazy. I think I'm going to use a more dense brush. I'm going to add just a tiniest bit more. But this time, I'm going to add it to one of my little hand palettes. I'm just going to put it right on there. And then I'm going to use my brush right here. Kind of push it really into the brush. And then dab it on to the area I want it more concentrated at. And then I'm going to add a little bit up here. I just like kind of bringing the color so it's more flush. Because whenever you flush, that's what the boyfriend blush style is supposed to be like your natural flush. Like if you're running, which I don't run, would you like running or doing anything outside, this is where your cheeks naturally get red, that flush look. And I'm just gonna dab just a tiny bit over the eyelid, because when I do an eyeshadow look, which I do have a new eyeshadow palette too today, when I do an eyeshadow look, I like to incorporate my blush into the look somehow. Just makes it a little more cohesive, just pulls the whole look together seamlessly. But it's super pretty, nice and dewy. Now I'm gonna add my concealer, of course my Natasha Denona. I know I need to branch out in concealers, but I'm like, when you have something and it works so good, do I really need to branch out? But I should, to try it and just to try for you. Now I already add my like hydrating serum under my eye, and then of course my color corrector. So that's already on. And I think I'm just gonna add just the tiniest dot right here to give this a little more color. There's nothing I could do about this one. That one, it is what it is. Trying to cover it up, I find it makes it look worse. But if I can try to cover up the ones that I've already healed and just waiting for the redness to go away, whatever it can do helps. Do y'all have any plans for the Super Bowl today? I was asking people at work when my clients come in if they're watching it. Of course they are. But I'm like, who are you rooting for? And not one person said the Chiefs. They all said either the Eagles or they just hope it's a good game. I have no stake in it. I'm not really a sports fan, I guess, especially football. I'll watch it with my husband and my son. Am I really paying attention to it too much? No. But I love to listen to my son get all excited. He thinks he knows what's going on. And he'll tell us like, oh, this happened and this happened. Oh man, he should have did this. But he's really just repeating what the announcers say. It's so cute. He's 7. Going on 17, you know, I always joke. But, alright, so I got all that on. Blended in my concealer. Now I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush I was using earlier, and I'm just going to go around where I put the bronzer and where I put the blush, not really on top, but just on the edges to kind of make sure everything is blended in seamlessly. I don't like to see when something starts or something begins. Since this boyfriend brush is kind of like brought down into a triangle shape, I'm not going to go too far up. I'm going to go on the jaw a little bit and down here. Super glowy look today, which I'm into. But you know, once you start adding your other powders, it's not as glowy anymore. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of setting spray before I put on my powder. I do this every now and then. Just kind of set in my creams before I do my powder. I'm gonna grab my handy dandy fan. I bought this for my son when he was a baby for when we lived in Florida, going to parks or just going out on walks, and it would attach to a stroller or whatever just to keep air blowing on him and cool. But then I took it over. We'll still use it for that, but mommy just uses it for makeup too. Alright, now just using my favorite powder, my Mario. Put a little in the cap. And now I'm going to grab a brush. First, always warm up my fingers and my hands, and I'm going to make sure I tap over my wrinkles underneath my eyes, wrinkles, folds, whatever. Just to make sure that it's all patted out, no creases, no nothing. I'm going to dip my brush in my powder, really kind of work it in. Tap off the excess. Triple check. And then I'm going to lightly put it on. I'm not pressing really hard. I'm doing it really lightly. I'm just getting a tiny bit more powder. Now sometimes I'll just go ahead with my velour puff, which I forgot to grab a new one out of my little container back here. I like to keep them in there. Forgot that one because I threw the other one in the wash and it's being washed right now. But I like to kind of pat this powder in, sometimes straight in with my puff, and then sometimes I will use a brush. So I'll put it on with a brush really lightly, and then I'll take my puff and I will press it in, not adding any more to my puff, because you know the less amount of product I put on the delicate eye area where it doesn't actually, you know, crease because of my wrinkles, the better. And then I'm going to go in with my puff into my powder, work it into my puff, and then I'm going to press it onto my chin. Just press it in all over. The pressing motion really kind of pushes that powder into your skin. Alrighty. Since I set my foundation, or if you want to call it foundation, the e.l.f. Liquid Glow, kind of set that all in. Now I'm going to set my bronzer. So I'm just going to get my little Tarte palette and just use the lighter bronzer. Princess Cut, where are you? There, right there, Princess Cut. With my favorite bronzing brush. And then I am just like, boop, tapping it in. Oh. I have a bad habit of holding my makeup brush too far down, and as I'm applying, I look at my hands and I'm like, no, move it back, because whenever you hold it too far down, it really doesn't give the best control. The farther out you hold your brush, usually the lighter touch you have. So I'm just gonna kind of, this is just really just setting my bronzer. Alrighty. I didn't want to add too much because that e.l.f. Liquid bronzer is actually pretty pigmented, but I still wanted to set it with a bronzer just for longevity, even though I'm not really going anywhere. Now I'm not going to set my blush too much because I want to leave it a lighter blush. Usually I do set it with another blush that, you know, powder blush that is about in the same color family. But I think I'm kind of leave it a little just kind of natural or not as set. Now I can definitely take, which I'll probably just go ahead and do, a fluffy brush and into that Mario translucent powder and get the tiniest amount, really push it into that cap and just lightly dab over it. It took away a little bit of that sheen from the blush, but it just kind of sets it down so it doesn't rub off on anyone or anything like that. I'm going to add a little highlighter today. This is Katie Jane Hughes in light gold. I'm just going to add that right on top. I don't use too much of a powder highlight anymore. I like more of a cream or liquid. Now I know I already set my face, but I know this highlighter will not move my powder because I'm using such a light bit. I'm literally gently tapping. So I don't have to, now if I swiped, yes, that will move my powder and everything, but I'm doing such a light motion that I'm not really worried about that at all. And just a nice little glow. Trying not to go crazy here because I'm literally running to the grocery store, returning something at Target, you know, just the most mundane things, and then coming back, editing a video and laundry and whatever. other stuff that I gotta do. Now I'm gonna use my favorite little contour powder. Now I know Sephora like redid their powders. I don't know with the new packaging what number this would be or what it's called, but they redid their contour powders. I don't know if it's just the packaging itself or the actual product formula has been changed, but I mean, I'll go in store and take a look. I'll like bring this in and compare it to the testers that are already out, because I don't need to buy another one. I have this. It's still really good. I like to kind of bring this into my nose, kind of just gives it a little more definition. But I don't need to buy a new one, but I will swatch it to kind of see if the formula is the same and what is this colored compared to the new ones that were just released. Let me leave that brush up. All right, now the brows. To me, one of the most important things to do for an eyeshadow look or any face makeup, but I hate doing my brows. I need to color them this weekend. Maybe I'll color them tonight with my Just for Men beard. I'm just gonna use this, I always forget the name, Thick It, Stick It, and Taupe. I kind of run it backwards over my brows. Really get it in there. I got a little oopsie right there. I'll take care of that in a second. And now I'm gonna kind of push this up to where I want my brows. There we go. I have a little spot right here. I don't know what happened to those brows. I'm gonna try to cover it. I'm gonna let that dry a bit before I go in and add in my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I pulled this out the other day. I found it at the bottom of my drawer and I was like, oh, I should really start using that again. Now, the eyeshadow palette I'm gonna use today is this one from Revolution. I just got this, and this is in the Eternal Icon. It is the ones with the greens, the olive greens, and the purple, my favorite colors. I don't know why anyone would be surprised. I know a lot of people aren't. So this palette does kind of resemble the look of the Patrick Ta. And I know there's one of their eyeshadow palettes in this line that does look like one of the Patrick Ta palettes. It even has the cream. It comes with a little plastic thing over it, and I've used it before. I've tried it out. I try to leave the plastic there just to like fold over the plastic and put it back, but it's not gonna work. So I will say these creams are very creamy. I was putting this cream as like a base, an eyeshadow base, or this one. And I did fine putting it on as eyeshadow base, even though I did it pretty sheer. And then I went with the eyeshadow on top of it. My eyeshadow creased. So I think the best way, if you really want to do that, is put the cream down, then take a light translucent powder and very gently kind of put it over top so it doesn't change the color too much, but it does set the cream. And then put your eyeshadow on top. It did crease on me, and then even with a liner, it transferred because of my hooded eyes. And if I put the powder on top, it did work, but I found because as much as you have to use for a liner, it ended up kind of not looking great at the end. So that's my only thing, is that you will need to put this on lightly and set it, because they are so creamy. Now the other eyeshadows are great. I love these other eyeshadows, the matte shadows, the cream shadows. This one does have a little bit of cream running through it, so it can get a little, with my hooded eyes, it can start to crease a little bit, but I figure out a way to kind of just keep it from creasing so much. So that's my only downfall, but the colors are beautiful. It's not that expensive, and you can usually get this on sale on Ulta. So today, let's just play. I don't have any idea what look I'm gonna do, But let me go ahead and get this off I let it dry. Now I'm just going to take a spoolie and kind of just flake that off, right off. You could do that with mascara also. So I just flake that off, and now I'm going to finish with my brows real quick before I start my eyeshadow. And I'm just going to fill in a couple little spots that I'm a little sparse at. Oh, there's a little. It's a beautiful day today in Seattle. We got snow yesterday morning, but it didn't really stay too long. But I really need to wash my car in like 33 degrees weather. It's like 33, 34 today. But I really need to wash my car, so I need to figure out a way to wash it at the house and not, you know, freeze to death. I got some dishwashing gloves. You know, the plastic ones, the rubbery ones. I think I'm going to put on my regular gloves and then put that on top. Then, of course, wear rain boots and a rain jacket and attempt to wash my car. It'll probably need 2 washes thanks to the salt and just the road debris and everything from the snow. Alright, I always have to take a step back when I'm doing my brows and kind of look and not be really up to my eye and kind of look at the big picture. Because right here, I missed this because when I stepped back and looked, I was like, oh, this is a little not so filled in. So let me kind of fix that. Sometimes you just need to stop and step back and look at the big picture. Because no one's going to be up in your brows so close like this. So really, it's the big picture is what really matters. Alrighty, so let's start with the eye. So because I'm wearing this type of shirt, I don't want to go too heavy in the eye look. I'm literally running to Target. I'm going to start with this lighter shade right here. And I'm just going to kind of tap this. Not to right underneath my eyebrow. I'm going to leave a little bit of a lighter color there. Just going to kind of tap that on right now. Kind of nice little transition. Now these are really pigmented shadows. I almost bought another one, but I'm like, I really don't need it. Plus, I wouldn't think I would really use it that much. Alright, now I'm going to use this other cream. And I'm going to kind of put it more on the tip of my brush. And then press that into more of the crease area. Sometimes my main objective with my eye makeup is don't go too crazy. Don't go too heavy, too much glitter, because sometimes it's like I black out and I, come to when I'm done with my makeup and I have a, smoky, glittery eye and I'm like, what happened? I'm literally going to the grocery store. And then I walk around the grocery store with a cut crease, glittery eye. Do I really care? No, but, sometimes I just need to learn how to pull back a bit. Now I'm going to just kind of take that brush, get into that same color, and just press that underneath my eye, just as a nice transition. And then kind of flick it out just a little bit. Alright, now I'm like, do I do green? This is more of a purpley brown, and this is like a nice pretty purple. This is beautiful over the eye, but I don't really want to do that today. I'm going to try to stay away from that one. So I think I am going to do the green, but I'm going to focus the green right on the inner, right here. And then I'm going to use more of the brown, but I'm going to keep everything right on the lash line. So first I'm just going to take a just a flat, soft brush. And I'm going to go into that lightest color, what I used before. And I'm kind of set my lid with it. I have a little idea, I think, what I want to do. It just kind of came to me. That's what most of my eyeshadow looks are. It's just starting somewhere and just letting it kind of just, ideas kind of just roll in and be like, all right, let's try it. All right, so first, I'm going to get an eyeliner. I'm going to use a nice brown eyeliner. This is the Sephora eyeliner. And I am going to put that onto my lash line all the way across and keep it as close as I can all the way across. It's not going to be perfect. I don't need it to. I just need to be as close as I can and not go too crazy with it. Alright, now I'm going to take this tiny little like smudger brush. It is stained. I washed it, but it's stained. And I'm going to do first that green, and I'm going to dip into that green right on the edge of this brush, right on the very top right here. And I am going to press that into the brown. Now I know it's not going to be this exact green because I did put a brown eyeliner. Now if I wanted to be more of the green, I could have put a green eyeliner there. But why not try it? It's still showing up pretty green. It's a really pretty green. I think I'm just going to kind of take this probably about to my middle of my lid. Middle of the lid. And now I'm going to take the same one and then I'm going to dip it into that brownie, the one right beside the green right here. I'm going to dip into that one and I'm going to push that into the outer part. I'm going to just push that into the rest of the eyeliner that I put down. I'm going to go in and I'm going to kind of pull it a little bit above it and kind of just smoke it out on that outer part, but still keeping it pretty darn low. I got a little fallout on my face. It's okay. So I kept everything pretty low. I'm gonna move to this little dense kind of little packer brush. The same purple, purpley brown. There we go. Kind of push that in. Then I'm going to take that brush that I packed that shadow on my lid, and then I am just going to skim the top over that brown where it connects to that color and kind of just, it will just slightly blend it in. And now that same little brush, and I'm going to just do the tip into that same purpley brown color, and I'm just going to stamp that in my lash line. Kind of a little bit of a smoky, a slight smoky effect. I think I want to do like a really like black but smoked out eyeliner line look. I've been seeing that on a couple celebrities and I'm like, oh, it's really pretty, especially for us hooded eye girls, because most of the drama will be kept right at the lash line. That's really pretty. All right, now I am going to take a little brush, and I think I'm going to dip into this color right here. It's just a little, I usually use this brush for my inner corner highlight, but I'm going to take it, I'm going to look down, and I'm going to just kind of push that onto my eye. And it's just going to be a very scattered look, which I want because I don't want anything too intense. I just want it to catch the light and just be a scattered shadow sparkle. As like I said, I'm known to take things just a little too far. Really pretty. Sorry, my straps are falling. I got tiny shoulders. All right, now I'm going to take the powder brush I was using from earlier, and I'm going to brush away any of this fallout from that eyeshadow palette. And then I'm going to take one of these highlighted shades. I'm just going to dip into both. I'm just going to kind of go underneath the eye and kind of highlight that back up. And because I have that purple and green, I don't want it to pull my purple and green from underneath my eyes. I always look at it, I'm like, should I add something else? Should I go more? And I'm like, no, Lindsay, don't go more. But this is a good eyeshadow palette. Is it amazing? Is it great? No, but it's a really nice palette. I really like the colors. And I think it was like $12, so it wasn't, you know, crazy. And you can always get it on sale on Ulta. I find Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty or whatever one of their 5 names are, goes on sale. I think it's a nice, pretty, soft, kind of a little bit of a smoke to the eye. Now, we're gonna add mascara. But first, I am gonna curl my lashes and put that same brown eyeliner on tight underneath my eyelashes just to give it a little more. I'm really liking this mascara. I bought the electric blue mascara. I'm excited to use it. I'm excited for spring and all that, for bringing in the spring bright summer colors. But I am gonna miss jackets. But we'll probably wear jackets a good bit here. It will be my first spring here. This was my first fall, winter in Seattle, and this will be my first spring. Oh man, I blinked. Oh well. I wiped it off my lid, and then is my dog outside, if you can hear him barking. He likes we have a walkway beside our backyard, and he loves to let people know he's in charge when they're walking by. A little mascara. My lashes are not the greatest right now due to the growth, your hair growth cycle. It's not at the greatest point right now, so in about a couple weeks or so, my lashes will be really nice because it'll be back into I forgot what that growth cycle is. Cosmetology school was so long ago, I can never remember the cycle of the hair. I know someone will probably tell me in the comments below. On my Instagram, I am going to start a series where I will put a number to every one of my palettes. Like a palette, one palette will be 1, 2, 3, and then I'll have a little jar with the numbers in there or whatever, and I will pull every day a number, or every other day when I have time to do a reel that day. And I will do a look with that eyeshadow palette. It's just so, there's a hair on my mascara. It's just so we can look back at palettes we already have and use and appreciate, because we bought them and loved them, and then other new stuff comes out and we, you know, put it in our back of our drawer because something else new, shiny, you know, catches our eye. So I would like to start revisiting palettes I already have and not just always reaching for what's new. I really like this mascara. This mascara lasts all day and is not a pain to take off. Oh, wrong brush. Where's that brush? There it is. Alright. Really pretty mascara. I do have one Maybelline mascara. This one's good, but this is the biggest pain in the butt to take off. I always use my cleansing balm, my e.l.f. cleansing balm every night for my makeup, and then a makeup eraser, and then wash my face, so I'm a double cleanser. I have to. And this is still so hard to get off. Sometimes I'll like look after I've done all of that and I'll still have some on my lashes and I'm like, what in the world? So I have to go in with a Q-tip and a little bit of like micellar water and get it off my eyelashes. And it's still difficult. So it's a good mascara if you really need it to last. Almost waterproof, but not fully waterproof. All right. So I have a new lipstick. So I know all the new MAC lipsticks came out. Sorry, I have a balm on, so I'm just kind of rubbing that in. And I did buy one. I bought Hodgepodge, which is a really cool gray brown. It's really cool, really beautiful. And then I was at Ulta and I found Thanks It's MAC. Did I really need to buy that? No, but I did. And it's kind of one of those lipsticks. Well, I'll just leave that in my purse. I'll have a neutral lip liner and leave that lipstick in my purse. And if I forget to grab a lipstick or whatever, I could just throw that on. It would pretty much go with anything. But I really wanted Flesh Pot. I wanted a light neutral lip. And I have a lip from Makeup by Mario. And this is in Aaron, and I really like this lip. This is a cool, very cool, like darker, a little mauve look. Beautiful lip. I love this. It's a little dark though, which I'm fine with, but I wanted something lighter. And I also had this old lipstick. I don't know if she still has it. This is from Dominique Cosmetic in Sweet Nectar. And this is really light. But this one reminds me a little bit of Gash. It's very peachy, light. But I wanted something more of nude. Like a pinky nude, but not pink. So I already have 2 MAC lipsticks. And I'm like, I don't need to buy it because even when I swatched it, it pulled too pink. So I'm like, I really want a neutral, because I am a neutral undertone right now. You know, it changes depending on me being out in the sun. So I was just kind of looking around. And this is not exact. This is just, it's not exact a Flesh Pot, but it was the look that I wanted from Flesh Pot. It is not a matte. This is a cream, which I kind of like better because I feel like it's more forgiving. This is from Maybelline, and this is in the colored Nude Lust 920. And this one, it's a cream, and it's nude on me. It's not too pink. It still has pink to it, but it's more of a nude for me. And I really like it. It's really pretty. And then, of course, when I got Thanks It's MAC and I swatched them side by side, I was like, they're so close. Why do I do this to myself? I have this, like, Ridiculous. I know. I had to get rid of so many lipsticks because either they were just old, already had a color just like it in a formula I like better. It's just one of those things. I'm a beauty lover and I like to try new things, and I forget about, unfortunately, the stuff I already have. That's why I'm going to do that new series on my Instagram. Whatever. So I am going to use the Fenty lip liner in Peanut Butter. So I'm going to use this today. I'm going to first let me apply it. I have nothing on my lips so you could see what it looks like without lip liner. Because I hate when people want to show you a lip and then they add this lip liner, and I'm like, well, it's not really the color of that lipstick because you have that lip liner on. So let me show you. Sorry, my lips are a little dry. But it's a very see-through, sheer, because it's a cream, nude. And it does kind of give the essence of the concealer lips, but not like super opaque concealer lips. It's really pretty. It does kind of emphasize a little bit here. But I think that just might be me with my drier lips today, since it is in the middle of winter. Let me grab a tissue and wipe this off my hand because I will get this everywhere. So let me get this off. At the same time, kind of exfoliating my dry lips. I do sometimes remember to put the hyaluronic acid on there, like a serum. I put a drop on my lips and I put Vaseline on it. I try to remember to do it every night, but I forgot last night. But I do always use Vaseline on my lips like every night. So let's trace it out with peanut butter. These are so creamy. Of course, we'll do a little overlining because I talked and I went out of my lines a little bit, but it's fine. Make it work. Really pretty. I love long-lasting lip liners because I hate reapplying, or I get busy and I don't reapply them. So I like the Maybelline ones, the lifter liners, and the Fenty. So these are really good. All right, now I'm gonna add the lipstick back. Trying to just not move my lips around, and then because I really want to keep the lip liner where the lip liner is and the lipstick where the lipstick is. So if I like really move my lips around, it'll mix it all together. But I want to keep that more definition on the outside with my lip liner and that lighter color of my lipstick in the middle. But I think it looks really pretty. You can also take a Q-tip or a brush. Do I have a little brush? Oh, I do. This tiny little brush. Just gotta make sure I wash it after so I don't accidentally use it on my eyes. And then you can kind of right here on the edges and kind of just blend it a little bit, but not too much where you're losing that, you know, definition of your lip liner. I don't know where my lip brush is. Put a little more. But I feel like it gives me that lighter nude look that I was looking for Flesh Pot, but it's in a sheer formula. Of course, a lot cheaper. I think this was like $8. And I got it off Walmart, so it's always cheaper on Walmart. But I feel like I kept it light. I kept it, you know, easy to wear. You know, I am going to load a video. I did a really dramatic eye. I had to pick up my son with it. And it was after a long day. I filmed it in the morning and picked up my son with it on. It was a little crazy because I was doing stuff around the house on my day off. And at the place, the after school care, the lady was like, why is her, I mean, because it was blue, green, spark, it was a lot. And she's just like, wow, look at you today. I'm like, so I just rocked it. It was just like, but I knew what she was thinking. The next day I showed up in like neutral makeup. So she didn't think I did that every day. But yeah, that's the look. So kind of run down what I used new today. This palette, it's a good palette. If you love these colors, you don't have colors like it, and you want colors, you know, kind of like this, I think it's a great palette. Just be worried of the creams. Just put a very light layer, and I would set it with a translucent powder before you put your eyeshadow on top. And using it as liner can be a little iffy, but I would always kind of wear it or play with it at night before, because that's what I do. I'll play with my makeup and do something crazy before I go wash it off. And I would do that maybe before you go get your shower or wash your face or whatever. Play with it, what you want to use with it, so you can wear it a little bit, and then you're just going to wash it off anyway, so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, so you're not trying to hurry up, get to work using this, and then realize you made a mistake. So, and then this lipstick, I really love it. It's a great lipstick. I have another color like this formula. Oh, this one is in Truffle Tease. This is more of a cooler, and this is in also the cream, same formula. It's a little darker. But this is Truffle Tease. It's a cooler, beautiful color. And then this is the Nude Lust and the Maybelline Cream. So I really like these. These are great. And then this blush. It's a beautiful blush. Recommend it. Always putting it on with your creams because it's more of a gel consistency than, you know, putting it on top of powder, unless you go really lightly and just be very gentle. But it is a beautiful color. I hope she's not going out of business. She does have some great products. I have 2 of her lipsticks, and I love those lipsticks. They're a matte lipstick. And I have it in Lovable Me and Tragic Me. And I actually picked these up at TJ Maxx. And this one is Tragic Me. Tragic Me. Of course, I have a ton of these colors, but I got rid of some of them because I really like this formula. And then this is Lovable Me, and I love that one too. These are great cream lipsticks. Not so creamy as the Maybelline. They have a little more matte to them, but they're still a cream, it says. I think this is a cream. It's a matte cream, but they don't suck the life out of my lips. That's why I really like them. And I like their components. I think she did a great job. Okay, off track. And then the e.l.f. bronzer, and oh my goodness, this video's running long. Sorry. e.l.f. bronzer, love. I think this is a great product. I'm so glad I got it. I wish I would have gotten it sooner, but you know, I'm trying not to buy too much product, but I just kept getting tempted and I just grabbed it. I got it on sale or whatever, probably Ulta Points, whatever, and I really like it and I'm glad I got it. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you have any questions, any ideas for me, or just want to say hi, leave in the comments below. And y'all have a great day. Bye.